In 1989, did you do a 4-concert set in Los Angeles Coliseum opening for the Rolling Stones?
Yes, we did.
I want to talk to you a little bit about some problems about drug use and drug problems up to and including that time. Is it fair to state that drug use, and when I mean by drugs, I mean hard drugs such as cocaine and heroin, were fairly common in Guns N' Roses almost from its inception?
Section on vague and ambiguous calls for conclusion.
The same.
Were any of, expect that, within a month or two of the time that Guns N' Roses formed, were you aware of any of its members doing drugs?
Yes.
Who?
I think everyone at different times with the exception, well no, everyone.
Okay. What kind of drugs, strike that, and when you say everyone, you witnessed everyone doing drugs. Is that correct?
Yes.
What kind of drugs did Duff use?
Vague and ambiguous at the time, Your Honor.
All right, would you specify the time, please?
During the, well, let's broaden it out and then we'll narrow it down. During the period of time between the formation of the band and March of 1990, what kind of drugs, if any, did Duff use?
Cocaine and various pills, but I would not be able to say whether they were prescribed or not.
Okay. When did you first see Duff using cocaine?
Objection, Your Honor. This is cumulative. It's Section 352.
Well, it does appear to be cumulative as far as...
Well, I can withdraw this question and move on, Your Honor.
All right.
Court case is already well established. Did you have any problems during the Appetite for Destruction tour with any of your band members getting in trouble because of their drug use?
Section vague and ambiguous.
Overruled, you may answer.
Not that I remember.
Was Izzy arrested for heroin during the Appetite tour?
Objection. It's cumulative. Section 352.
Join. Also lack foundation.
Overruled, you may answer.
I don't believe it was during touring. Matter of fact, I think it was prior. I don't know.
352.
I would join, Your Honor.
Objection appears well taken.
Is it fair to state, because I want to talk about your reaction to it, is it fair to state that 4 members of the band during the course of its existence partook in heroin in varying amounts?
Yes.
Those members being you, rarely,
Yes.
Izzy, Slash, and Steve Adler, correct?
Yes.
In September of 1989, did you make a statement about Mr. Brownstone at the Rolling Stones tour?
Yes.
Okay. And after that, did you send a message through management asking that Slash apologize publicly?
Yes.
You were concerned about his drug use at the time, is that correct?
Soon about everyone's drugs use.
Who else was using drugs besides him in September of 1989 when that took place? And that's was your reason for making that statement in public, to shock everybody into doing something about it, correct?
Yes, that, and I was sick of it.
Did the band sing a song from Appetite about heroin use, about what it's like to be on heroin? I should have said, did the band sing a song? Did the band do a song about that?
It's a song about attempting to avoid or kick the habit of heroin, get away from it, and getting away from it.
Okay.
Called Mr. Brownstone.
Was it talk, about trying to get away from the habit, or doing it, or trying to get away from the habit while on tour, while doing performances?
All it's really talking about is heroin can be a nagging habit,
Okay.
and being annoyed at the nagginess of that habit.
Does one of the verses of the song start with the words, "The show usually starts around 7. We go on stage about 9. Get on the bus about 11. Sipping a drink and feeling fine." Is that one of the verses of the song?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And the chorus goes, "We've been dancing with Mr. Brownstone. He's been knocking. He won't leave me alone."
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Brownstone.
You're going to have the witness humming it.
Pardon? He could probably do much more justice to it than I, Your Honor.
Okay.
Mr. Brownstone is heroin, correct?
Yes, or anything.
Okay.
Any substance. I mean, it could be TV. I look at it in any way possible like that.
Well, the song goes on to say, "I used to do a little, but a little wouldn't do, so the little gets more and more." That referred to drug abuse, didn't it?
As I said, I think it refers to any form of substance abuse or emotional repressant. That's how I look at the song and always have.
Nice.
It's like, in its simplest terms, you can look at it as heroin, or you can do what you want with the song.
I got you. Where'd you pick up the word brownstone? Is that a word you made up, or
No,
what is it?
Izzy.
And what is the word brownstone mean?
It can be slang for heroin, it can be slang for anything. I know that I use it as slang for anything.
I'd like to talk to you a little bit about some things that took place after March of 1990, and I'd like to take you back to March of 1990. We've had somebody else already tell us about it, but you may have a different recollection of it. You did the Stones tour in September of 1989 at the LA Coliseum,
I
correct?
had 4 shows.
4 shows. It wasn't part of the tour. It wasn't a tour, just 4 performances, correct?
It was 4 embarrassing evenings,
Why embarrassing?
because we were terrible.
Okay. And the next performance you did was Farm Aid in April of 1990, is that correct?
I believe so.
Okay. And then, because you were busy rehearsing and recording Use Your Illusions, the next opportunity you had to perform publicly was in Rio de Janeiro at a rock festival called Rock on Rio, correct?
Yes.
All right. And you were sellout in Rock on Rio, correct?
Yes.
All right. And when did that take place? When in 1990 did that take place? As best you can recall.
Beginning of the year, early 1990. Probably end of February.
Okay. And did you have discussions about how to accomplish this with anybody else?
Yes.
With whom?
Alan Niven and Doug Goldstein, Slash, Gov, Izzy, and Peter Patrol.
And do you remember these conversations all distinctly, or are they basically, in your mind, one conversation in which you were saying the same things?
I don't remember very distinctly.